Okay, so we are doing something different today. This is my review of Anker's new GANPrime series, which includes these multi-device fast chargers here. Let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, major shout out to Anker for sending these to the studio for us to check out. And as a heads up, of course, what I'm sharing in this video is my genuine take on these devices here. And as you already saw there, I have received 5 units, which include the Anker 735 charger, the Anker 615 power strip, the Anker 737 charger, the 727 charging station, and my favorite of all, the Anker 733 power bank. And just so you know, these are ultra compact and portable high capacity fast chargers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the Anker 735 charger that we have here. It is indeed part of the GANPrime family. So this is the 735 charger GANPrime 65 watt, simply meaning that it can boast up to 65 watt. What you get out of the box here would be the charger along with the silicon stabilizer that you see there. The reason being because the form factor, right? It's longer than your typical charger or the typical charger that you are used to seeing. And you do need a way to stabilize it so that it kind of sits pretty tight in the outlet. And as you can see here, even with a hard shake, rubber stays stuck on it. They are very well built. Anker actually states that they are built using their exclusive stacked internal structure, which is a compact architecture design that lowers not only the size by 53% when compared to Apple's 65 watt charger, but also lowering the temperature by as much as 18 degrees Celsius. Now in the front there, you can see all the ports, which include 2 USB Type-C ports and 1 USB Type-A port. With this, you can charge a single device at up to that 65 watt I mentioned earlier, or simply multiple devices at the same time, you know, with varying charging capacity, meaning, for example, your laptop, your phone, your earbuds, or whatever, pretty much doing the same thing, just like the rest of the other chargers in this series. This Anker 735 does support Power IQ 4.0 technology, which features a dynamic power distribution. Essentially, what it does is it automatically detects the power needs or the charging needs of each device that is currently or that is plugged in real time, and simply makes the proper adjustments to, you know, kind of dynamically distribute the appropriate amount of power. Now let's go ahead and cover the next one here, which is the Anker 737 charger GANPrime 120 watt. Now to put this in perspective, it can actually fast charge 2 laptops and a tablet, you know, using those 2 USB Type-C ports and that USB Type-A port. And this one is actually 39% smaller than the 96 watt charger that you get from Apple. And just like the smaller one that we just covered out of the box, you also do get a stabilizer that is slightly larger with the same purpose, which is to hold the actual charger plugged in the outlet pretty tight so that it doesn't fall off, given the fact that it's a long charger. Now with a single device plugged in here, this guy can put out up to 100 watt in terms of power. Now the Power IQ 4.0 here again does make the proper adjustments, assuming of course you are doing multiple devices. It will make the proper adjustment in order to go ahead and allocate the correct amount of power that each device needs. And this one can charge devices at up to 26 minutes faster than your typical charger. Now one thing that I have not mentioned just yet is that these devices do support Anker's Active Shield 2.0, which is Anker's proprietary technology built to enhance protection by intelligently monitoring temperatures over 3 million times per day and readjusting power output to safeguard your connected devices. So I should imagine it meshes pretty well with Power IQ 4.0 in other ways to keep your devices safe even at night. So, you know, you could go to sleep knowing that you can sleep with a peace of mind, knowing that your devices are safe charging throughout the night. Now let's go ahead and jump onto that next one, which, like I mentioned earlier, is my favorite out of the entire series, and that is of course the Anker 733 power bank that we have here. It actually combos as a power bank and a charger and can do so at up to 65 watt. Anker actually tagged it as an ultra powerful hybrid 10K charger. Now before even continuing with this one, let me go ahead and just add a quick note about one that I have not received here. It's a different model still in this GANPrime series, and that one is called the Anker 747 charger GANPrime 150 watt. That one can charge 2 tablets at high speed or power up to 4 devices simultaneously, and it will do all of that while still being smaller than Apple's competing chargers, right? So it's 38% smaller than the Apple 140 watt charger. And just like the Anker 735 and the 737 chargers, it has that same compact design, which, by the way, is much smaller than Apple's 140 watt, like I already mentioned, but does pack a heavier punch than Apple's charger. And on top of that, you have that same Anker's IQ 4.0 accompanied with that Anker's Active Shield 2.0. So it's pretty much coming packaged the same way as the other ones that we've already talked about here, meaning it does include a silicone stabilizer, just like the other one, so that it doesn't fall off the outlet. And this particular one, this 747 tends to sell out quickly. So if you are in the market for something like that, make sure to check out in the description. I will have some links. Back to our combo device here. Like I mentioned, it's a 2-in-1 charger. It is packing a whopping 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and it does contain 3 ports like the other ones, meaning 2 USB Type-C port and 1 USB Type-A. It can charge up to 3 devices at once and will redistribute power as needed, meaning it is equipped with Power IQ 3.0 and Anker's Active Shield 2.0 again. And this remains my favorite one because I really see a lot of, different scenarios where I have to actually use this. So it's very functional to someone like myself. On top of that, this actually can last up to 1.5 times longer, meaning battery life is 1.5 longer than what you would get with most devices in this category. And with that, when you see 450 cycles, you are still around 80% battery. Very, very impressive stuff. Next here is going to be the Anker 615 USB power strip, GANPrime 65 watt. This one is a 5-port power strip, and so far it has proven to be very useful in my use case, because of the setup of my desk, right? Typically what I do is I plug my device directly into the wall, but I can't bring them over to my desk because the cable, it's just not enough to cover that distance. So what I do is I plug in the device and I simply put it on the floor and then, start work in my home office. And then if I get a call, then I leave that and roll my chair over or my seat over and then pick it up, talk on the phone, and then put it back down and roll back over to my desk. With this device here, it eliminates the need to do that. I simply have it plugged in and sitting right here in the middle section of my desk there, and it's just perfect. I find it to be very versatile, simply because you have all of these different plugs, including 2 fast charging USB Type-C ports, 2 AC outlets, and a USB Type-A port. So you can essentially charge high wattage devices such as, phone, laptops, tablets. It has that extension cord that seems to be hidden, at first glance, and that is done with a purpose, right? Because they're trying to make it so that it's very portable and you can easily drop it in a backpack. So all you got to do is simply unwrap the extension cord, and as you see here, you lift up the flap and you are pretty much good to go. Once again, Active Shield included here, just like the other ones. Last but not least, what we have here is the Anker 727 charging station, right? This is also GANPrime, just part of the series here, GANPrime 100 watt. And just from that flat design alone, you can already picture this being your charging station sitting flat on multiple surfaces. What we're looking at here is a 6-port power strip, right? We get a 2 USB Type-C ports, 2 USB Type-A ports, and 2 AC outlets. And as you would imagine, you'll be able to charge up to 6 devices here at the same time with a maximum output of 100 watt, just as stated by Anker here. And of course, you do have Active Shield 2.0 here. And just looking at the design, you may be wondering how the AC outlets work, given that it's super flat. The design here is flat. Part of the outlet is lifted up to meet the plug halfway, making it just a perfect match when you are trying to plug something. And then when you unplug, it goes right back down. It magically goes right back down. It's pretty awesome stuff. You really have to test it out. But anyway, with all of that, here is my take. Now, I've always recommended Anker's devices, right? They've always been extremely reliable. In fact, it is the general, consensus in the tech community that, Anker makes some of the best, accessories. Now, beyond that, these are actually meant to power a greener world, right? So it will help eliminate, e-waste with the multi-port design, meaning that you need fewer chargers. And in this same project, actually be able to save enough enough energy to power Hawaii for 30 days. That is just some awesome stuff. Now, with all of this being said, if you are in the market for, reliable accessories, I'm always going to recommend this one, just like I've done in the past, right? So if you're looking for something that's well built, something that is safe, something that actually contributes to a better or a greener world, right? I'll make sure that I have the links in the description for you to follow. If you need to read more about these devices or these accessories before you jump in, go ahead and just follow those links. You should be able to get additional information, more than what I've provided in this video before you make that purchasing decision. And with that, let me know in the comment section if you've ever used an Anker product and what the outcome was. Like, what is your feedback? What are your insights that you can share in the comment section? I'm going to catch you in that comment section. Make sure to share this video if you know anyone who is in the market for something like this one. I will catch you in that comment section. Like I mentioned, also don't forget to like, subscribe, of course. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.